Hello everyone, hope you guys having a great day. It's part 3 or third video of my pledge of 100 videos before December 31st, 2018, where I said I'm gonna post 100 videos to help people learn about some success strategies, self-development strategies, improvement strategies, marketing strategies that I have used and learned through trial and error, successes and setbacks over the last 18 years myself. So we chose that for the first 8 or so videos we're going to talk about time management. So we covered 2 of them. So if you missed it, go to my channel Vlad Derevyany and you can find the first 2 where we talked about 2 main fundamentals of time. Then we also discuss the device that you spend the most of your time using. And if you missed those, please do so you can catch up. So today we're gonna cover one more main concept on time, and all the rest of the videos that's going to be related to time management is going to be focused primarily for specific techniques or tools that you can use to help you improve time. The first, you gotta understand the main fundamentals, and today we're gonna give you a third one. So, a third fundamental of time. There is not one single successful person, both in their successful time management or in their wealth or money or influence, that manages time by hours. So, the lesson for today, and I think pretty much can be done right in and there. I'm gonna expand a little bit so to understand on this topic, but the major thing is this: stop managing time by hours. If you're thinking time is hours, or you're managing, oh, this hour I'm gonna do this hour I'm gonna do that, you're gonna lose a lot of time and essentially a lot of life that could be better. You gotta think through it. We all know Google, right? We all know Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We primarily all know Google and Facebook, right? Facebook these days, everybody says go on Facebook, advertise on Facebook, put on Facebook. But the big gorilla in the room is still Google. So if you really think about it, yes, Google makes billions, so does Facebook, so does Amazon, and so does Alibaba, for example. But you got to really see the core, the fundamentals of that. We're going to make a little bit of a parallel here for time. Is Google, yes, they have projections, etc., but they focus on what makes the dollar. You see, if you really know something about Google, Google makes money from cents. 10 cents a click, 50 cents a click, $1.50 a click, $2.50 a click. They pay attention to cents to make billions. Google AdWords is all about cents per click, $1.50 a click too, etc. But it's a small amounts that add up. And the amount of small amounts, they combine into big amounts. Same as Facebook. If you run any Facebook ads, $10 budget a day, $5 budget a day, your CPC, 5 cents, 3 cents, 20 cents, 46 cents, whatever that is. But those cents, that's what adds up to big billions that you see Google and Facebook do today. The same amount of time, hours come from minutes. Minutes come from seconds. In today's world, when we still pay attention to hours, we're losing a lot. Today's world, time is like speed. It's a lightning speed. Information comes. You literally can get someone, come up with something in China and call you today in the United States, and you'll have it 2 minutes later, 3 minutes. That's not the time 10 years ago, 40 years ago, 100 years ago, when you had to write a letter and you may get it month later, and that's how information traveled. Today information is speed. Time is of the essence today. Pay attention to minutes, seconds. You can learn and do a lot of things in 1 hour, which is 20 years ago would be just one thing in 1 hour. So let me qualify that a little bit. A lot of us are pre-programmed, for the lack of better term, to think hours. And that's what a lot of employers want you to think. In fact, that's a lot of big and wealthy corporations want you to think because it works for them. Unfortunately, it does not work for you. The people who open those businesses up that you currently may be working in, and big companies, they don't think time like that. That time is in minutes. Your time is in hours. So let's think through this. We are pre-programmed to think in hours. I was pre-programmed to think in hours for a while, till my mentors taught me other. When you grow up, let's say you grew up in a family where your parents had a job, but it's not their fault. They've been pre-programmed thinking the same way. It was 1 hours. They get used to thinking you get paid per hour. You might have heard, daughter, son, find a good hourly rate, find a good hourly paid job. And you just know hourly, 1 hour is worth something, 1 hour is worth something. What is your 1 minute is worth? And then you go to school, high school. How long are the sessions? You know that at the end of each sessions, which are around 1 hour, you're going to have a break. And then again, so you're going to sit there and do something for 1 hour or listen to one topic for 1 hour. Then you go to college. How long is the one lesson in a college? It's about 1 hour, 90 minutes. 45 minutes with 15 minutes break is still hours. So everything surrounds around an hour. Then you may have gotten a job and you got an hourly rate, and again it's 1 hour. So it's just pre-programmed. People are creatures of habits. If you want to change some things, change your habits. So we habitually start learning how to think in hours, but in fact that does not work. It doesn't work anymore. In 1 hour, the amount of information you can perceive and process is tremendous. But if your time management, if your time thinking is 1 hour, you're not accomplishing much, even though you may be getting a lot of information, because your thinking is not the same. If you look at schedules of all successful people, they usually schedule something on an even number. And 1:15 I have an appointment, and 1:30 I get another phone call, and 1:45 I may have a conference call, at 1:55 I have a meeting with an assistant, and 2:15 I got this and that going on. You gotta start scheduling your time a little bit differently. You gotta have to change that thinking of 1 hour to 1 minute. When I was 22 years old, I got this lesson about 1 minute. Someone asked, I don't remember the person anymore, I met him on some conference or so, and he asked me, young man, how much is 5 minutes of your time is worth? And I look at him and I'm like, never thought about it. He goes, that's the thing. You gotta start thinking about it. If you want to achieve wealth financially, you gotta start thinking, what's your time worth really? And from that point forward, I've never thought hours anymore. If you're working, if you're in business, how much is 1 minute of your time is worth? The moment I realized that concept, I was never late, and I could not have someone late for my meeting either, because it's how much is 5 minutes of my time is worth, unless it was a really, really valid reason. That's how you guys need to think about it. Minutes matters. Seconds even matters. But for now, starts with minute. Think about it like this. Take your next 1 hour. Let's do this little exercise. Take your 1 hour and subdivide it by 15-minute sections. And just to practice, it's practice to get your brain get used to it. So take your 1 hour and subdivide it into the 15-minute sections, right? So 15 plus 15 is 30. 15 plus 30 is 45. 45 plus 15 is your 1 hour, right? So you have 4 15 sections. If you want to go further, you can go by 10 minutes. But let's say you do a 15. So then look around wherever you're at. Office. There's something with camera again. You can look around office, your home, whatever. And look around things in your home, for example, or your office, or workplace, whichever that is. And think about this. Write down in each of those 15 minutes slots, what can you do right now, tomorrow, or if you, depends what time are you watching it, this video, what can you do in those 15-minute sections? And think through this. Okay, I am in the office right now, I got certain tasks to do. Write down them in those 15-minute sections, or even further than go to 10-minute section. Write them down and do them. And do your best to accomplish those 4 tasks. So if it's a 15 minutes, that means 4 tasks. I can promise you, I can guarantee you that you will find something to do in your business right now, in your home, in your life, in your fitness life, whatever that is, that you for sure can accomplish 4 things in 1 hour if you start breaking it down by 15 minutes. Do that practice. On the next video, which is going to be number 4 class, we're going to start going through some specific techniques and discuss some particular tools that you can use to start managing your time better. All the best. Hope it helps. Remember that the power of knowledge is only in its implementation. Otherwise, knowledge doesn't really matter. You got to implement what you learn.